Well, James Cameron is known, as we've talked about forever, about the computer graphics, special effects, making these great movies. Well, something else in the news is not so great with special effects that's moving forward, but also is probably going to be very influential in film and television. And that is this new show, which I don't know how I can call this a show, called Nothing Forever. All right. Nothing Forever is a show that's made on Twitch, and it's AI generated, the whole thing. So a computer made the show. They made all the characters, they do all the voiceover, and they made it like Seinfeld. It looks like Seinfeld, but it's a computer-made show that came out. So it's going nuts on Twitch. There's like 80,000 people that are watching this thing, and it's horrible. If you check it out, it is fucking horrible. It's called, if you want to find it, it's at Watch Me Forever. That's where it is at Twitch. You can find the show. It looks like The Sims or something like that. They're all blockhead characters, and they're moving around, they're talking. Horrible. They have a laugh track on it. I mean, it's a combination of like machine learning generated algorithms and cloud services to build the show. It's weird. Like I said, it's a really odd thing. And I saw this, it debuted December 14th, and people have been watching it. It's got this big uproar, but it's mostly about the comments section. People go nuts about leaving comments about this show, Nothing Forever. They even have breakaways where they show like, it's a Jerry Seinfeld character doing stand up, but he's like, what's the deal with scooters? And there's a laugh track goes, ha, 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 and he's like, thank you. And then it moves on. So, I mean, this show is like really weird. But it could be a thing where it could change how they make movies someday. I mean, this is bare bones bullshit in the beginning, but it could lead to actually generating a whole show. If a computer can do it like this, what happens down the line? Sabrina, you hear about this. What do you think about this? A computer generated show, and you think this is dumb that people are watching it so much, and or scary where it could lead in the future? Sabrina, you're muted. Sabrina, you're muted. Sabrina, we can't hear you.
Jesus Christ, give me a second to click the mouse. I watched literally 2 minutes of this and wanted to kill myself, and I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. It was super weird, not funny at all. There were like huge lags in like, like beats like that you could drive a truck through. Like exactly like Brian's impression. He was like, what's the deal with scooters? Like not funny at all. Nothing is fucking funny. The laugh track is super weird. The jokes like don't land. I have no idea why this has gained any traction. I have zero fear of it in the future. It seems super fucking dumb. I mean, there are video games that are way more equipped and more AI like than this nonsense. I mean, it's ridiculous. It looks like pixels. It's like a pixelated ish like Seinfeld person. I don't know. I think it's very stupid. I don't know why it's gained so much traction.
I like that. There's like a Minecraft game, kind of looks like that too. It's really weird. It looks like PlayStation 1 graphics. And as Rachel said in the comics, Twitch will probably blow over and people will stop talking about it. But the idea of the technology, what drives me crazy, I'm like, look at this. You have a computer making a whole show, and all they did was like, we want a show about nothing, and they made Seinfeld, which is weird, and it makes all the voices and everything. Chris and Joanna, when you hear about this... To be
clear, the voices don't sound anything like the actual voices. They
just
generate AI voices.
I was watching it.
Yeah.
You were affected?
Offended.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, do you like it at all, or do you think it's just dumb?
It's dumb.
Are you nervous about where it could go?
No.
Am I nervous?
No.
Yeah. Think about how this show could eventually have a computer making a whole TV show. Then what's the point of actors?
Remember, this reminds me of that awesome, there's like a word picture thing on social media that's like what we thought 2015 was going to be like, flying cars. What 2015 actually was like, don't eat Tide Pods. Right? Like, and it shows like there's obviously the span of being like, obviously we thought we were going to be a lot further along than we were. And just, I think, pointed out, and you mentioned too, this was very like Atari graphics. Like, why are we returning to something that was 30-something years old and it's no better than it was then? Like, this is no better than that. So I'm like, that's where I kind of am, is like, if this was better, like, I definitely see things like it, as far as gaming goes, right? Where it's like in PlayStation 5 and things, like new games that are coming out where I'm like, oh, these computer images actually look like humans. Like they actually look like people, which I find interesting, impressive, and a little scary. But when we're looking at
can you
something
at
that is
least
literally
make it
like,
look like The Sims?
yeah, I mean, it literally doesn't even look as good as The Sims. And The Sims, I didn't want to play in the 90s. Like, I had no interest in playing The Sims when it came out. I had no interest 12 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 days ago. I still have zero interest. So why am I going to watch
the sexual version?
No, even the sexual version. No interest.
No interest.
A fish playing Pokemon was big on Twitch a few years ago, Rachel said. Yeah, they just make things. And if you see, here's a picture of the actual character that's Seinfeld. You can see on the screen right now. Like, it's just odd. It's weird. And I just saw it and I was like, how is this a thing that's becoming so blown up? But again, it's Twitch. So again, it could be done in a heartbeat. But I just look at it from one aspect being like, where can that go? It seems dumb right now, but me as a person looking at the future, maybe it'll be a thing where they start making cartoons like this, you know? I don't know. They had multiple camera angles. They had a whole thing set up. It wasn't just like one shot the whole time. So the computer's trying to learn and make a TV show. Where can that go? That's technology these days. It just blows my mind. It's not good, but it could be better and it could lead the way for something else. That's all I'm saying. So talking about nothing forever, though, that's kind of what I feel like when I hear about Meghan Markle. Nothing forever.